This is the Relaxed Male, a show that comes to you each week helping men to remove the nice guy from their life so they can actually live their life on their terms. Join the host, certified coach Brian Goodwin, as he helps men step out of their heads and become free from the thoughts that bind them. All right, welcome to episode 209 of the Relaxed Male. I am your host, Brian, and I appreciate you tremendously for coming and hearing what we're talking about this week. And got a little busy this past weekend. I wasn't able to get the episode recorded at when I normally do, and that's because I had to go down to Central Texas and go to a funeral of a wonderful lady who was 98 years old, but she was a very important person in the whole family. And so I wanted to go down and say my goodbyes to her. And that meant that Saturday, which is my normal recording date, didn't happen. So we're doing it today, and wanted to talk about investing. And that's exactly a good example of investing and why you want to invest. What do you invest in? How do you invest? Things along these lines. Now, I've talked about this before, but it was in a blog form, and I wrote about it a couple of years ago. So I figured it was time to kind of update and refresh and give the podcast a version of what it means to invest in yourself, especially with New Year's Eve coming up here just a little less than 2 weeks from now. So anyhow, let's get ourselves all started up and let's get moving. So what to invest? Well, first off, before we even start in what's invest, why do you want to invest? Investing is a means of putting something into another item in hopes that you get a greater return. That means if you're investing time, you're hoping that you're going to get something in return for the value of the time that you gave, because our time is the only non-renewable resource out there. Once we lose a second, that second is gone forever. The next hour, when this podcast is done here in 30 minutes, I hope I make that 30 minutes worth your time, because you're not getting that 30 minutes back. So I want to make sure I put as much value into this episode as I possibly can, because that is you investing in yourself. You are investing right now listening to this show. You're investing on improving the way you think, improve the way you act. You're getting knowledge, and that is a exchange of time for value, or value for time. Because if you didn't find this valuable, you would turn it off within 3 minutes or 3 seconds, and you wouldn't hear any of this good information. So anyhow, what do you invest? There's only really two things you can invest. You can invest your time, you can invest your money, and that's pretty much it. And you will it's not that you're going to get more time back, so to speak, but if you invest your time, you can actually, the more I think about it, you can add time to your clock in a roundabout way. Because if you learn how to be more efficient in something, you're cutting the amount of work in half, which gives you twice as much work. You take that time that you were allocating for work, and all of a sudden that becomes free time for you to do something else. Now, you may want to reinvest that time back into your business so that that work, all of a sudden, instead of doubling, you quadruple it. But that is all dependent upon what you want to do. You can also invest money, and a lot of people do. That's one of the reasons why when you go to school, you're investing money into that school so that you can gain a usable skill. Sadly, a lot of people don't. They go in for like puppetry or female studies, women's studies, and they come out completely wasting their time, which is a sad deal altogether. But those are examples of us having, we can invest what we want. Do we get returns on our investment? A lot of times, yes. More times than not, yes. But there are also times that you just don't. You may go off and you may be listening to podcasts, or you may be studying a particular skill, and you come to find out that skill is not something that you really care about. You don't have any interest in that skill as you've gone in. Now, is that a real loss? No, actually, you can look at it in any way you want. You can look at it as a loss. Yeah. You can also look at it as you gain some knowledge that you do not like certain aspects of this skill. What those aspects are dependent upon you. It may be that you don't like all the paperwork that's involved in a particular skill, or you don't like the fact that you have to, if you're doing metal work, blacksmithing, maybe you don't like all the heat that's involved, or maybe your arms get too tired whacking a piece of ingot to flat so that you can turn it into something. What? You never know. You have to decide that for yourself. So what do you invest your time or treasure into? Now, this is not a complete and total list, but these are some of the most important things that I feel you want to invest in. And most stuff falls into these categories. But as a quick wrap up or quick overview, it is your personal, your body, your passions, your relationships, your finances. And each of those, everything can kind of fit into there. There's probably some others that I didn't think of, but your personal is probably the most important, because when you get returns on that, you get to take the knowledge that you have developed, the skills that you have developed, and you can expand that out to other people. And so those around you benefit from the investment that you took. So what is some things that personally you can do? You can, learn a new skill. Say you're wanting to start a business. You've never run a business before, so you've got to invest in yourself. You may only have $100 to your name, but that's the start. You may have to invest. You're going to have to invest a little bit of cash, a little bit of money, a little bit of dough, a little bit of treasure, but you're also going to have to invest a whole lot of time. And that's actually what a lot of people don't realize. When they're figuring out how to start a business, all of a sudden they realize, holy smokes, this business that I'm wanting to do isn't a little easy 9 to 12, 9 to noon. There you go. That's the word. 9 to noon type of job. It's not even a 9 to 5 job. You're having to start at 4:00 in the morning, and you're not done until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Holy smokes, there's a lot of work in this job. But the investment, the skills that you develop when you're going into a new business can help you determine, hey, I need to get an accountant. So my bookkeeping work gets decreased. You may also have to go off and learn a new skill of what it takes to actually put your invention together. Maybe you've came up with a new device that will change the world. Well, you've got to figure out how to put that together. And once you get that figured out, then you go through and you have to learn how to sell. And once you get that figured out, then you have to learn how to market. And then once you get that figured out, then you have to learn how to, do public relations, and you have to do other things. And as you grow, then you can add more people. So all of a sudden you don't have to just worry about the employees. You can hire a manager for your employees. And once you get the employees going, then you can hire salespeople to go out and actually do the sales for you instead of you doing all of it. And so you're able to focus in on the grand vision of things, but it all takes investment. It all takes time, a lot of time, a whole heap and a lot of time. So you want to learn new skills. These skills can help you become better at whatever it is you're wanting to do. Maybe it's just that you want to learn a new language. Maybe you just want to learn a new hobby. These are investments in yourself. These give you, your brain, the ability to focus on something new. And so you're freshening your mind up. You might also want to master your own body. Now, this can follow, this actually more falls under the body, but, master your body in how the items you use to buffer, how can you control those? So maybe you like to eat, when you're bored. Maybe you're a bored eater like I am. How do you get around that? How do you stop being a bored eater? Well, you have to get over the thoughts of what being bored means to you. Why does being bored have such a bad connotation in your world? And a lot of us will probably go, well, it's because there's nothing happening. And your brain isn't getting that, constant rush of serotonin, dopamine, and any other type of feel-good hormone. It's just there. And that really bugs the brain because all of a sudden it's not getting input saying, hey, you're doing really good. And it's going to start tipping over towards, well, something must be wrong. Are we alive? Are we dead? Did we piss everybody off? Why are we not looking at stuff? Why are we not getting feel goods? And so you have to learn to master your thoughts so that you're not overeating, so that you're not just eating a bag of Doritos because it's sitting there. Maybe you smoke cigarettes, but you enjoy cigarettes enough. You don't actually want to quit them. It's like, screw it. I like cigarettes. I like smoking. All right. Well, how would you behave? How would you show up if you could show your body that those cigarettes don't command you, do not control you? You don't have to get up in the morning and instantly light up. You don't have to, when you sit in the car, you don't instantly have to light up. When you get finished eating, you don't have to instantly light up. When you get finished with sex, you don't have to instantly light up. But boy, that damn cigarette after sex just is so satisfying. Well, you've got to change those thoughts. And you can do that by mastering your body. You can also learn new facts, new interesting tidbits about whatever it is you like to know. Maybe you are into sports, and so you learn some new information about the new rules of football. I don't know what it is. I don't pay attention to sports. But, so I'm kind of talking out of my nose, out of my ass on that one. But anyhow, you can learn new things about anything that you're interested in. All you have to do is take an interest in it and decide you want to actually learn those. Maybe you want to start investing in your body. Yes, you can invest in your body. You can invest, and not everything costs money. It does cost time. 75 hard. Free. Cost 75 days, though, of you doing the same thing over and over and over and over again for 75 days. Taking a picture, taking a selfie, drinking nothing but water, sticking to a diet, reading 10 pages, working for an hour and a half, doing an hour and a half workout. 45 minutes of that has to be outdoors. And the other aspects of 75 hard. Can you do that for 75 days? You can. Awesome. Great. You've shown mastery over your body. You've shown you have this skill. You've invested in your body, and you now have the results of that hard work. Maybe it's you want to lose weight. You can do it. You can invest the time. You can invest the frustration. You can invest the emotional wealth into your ability to lose weight. Or you can take the time and hire a diet coach. You can hire a trainer to help you lose the weight. All this stuff is stuff that you're capable of doing. But you can also invest and you will get returns faster. One of the benefits of investing, you can do it the long, hard way. You can save your pennies, or you can take your money and put it into a mutual fund and get 12% back. or in this day and time, it's probably about 4% back. But still, it's better than putting a nickel in every time you get one. Another way you can invest in your body, invest time and money, is training for an event. Maybe you want to run a marathon. Maybe you want to do the Agoge, do a Spartan race or a Tough Mudder, something along those lines. You're going to have to do some training. You're going to have to put in time. You're going to put in effort for the reward of finishing those tough, hard races, those obstacle courses. Maybe you want to invest in your passion. I invested a good chunk of change, $21,000 for my certification. I am working to make sure that investment, I'm putting the time in also to get a return on that investment. I invested in my passion. You can invest in your passion. What is your passion? What is it you like to do? Maybe you don't know what you want to do. Then invest the time and the energy into finding out what your passion is. What is it that you like to do? My son thinks he may have found out what his favorite thing is. So here soon, you may be hearing me talking about his new endeavor. You just have to find your passion and pursue it. If you have the determination, the doggedness to pursue your passion, you'll get to it. You'll succeed. Maybe you want to invest in your relationships. Invest in your wife. Maybe you're not having the connection that you want. Maybe you're not having the level of sex and the intimacy that you'd like to have. You're going to have to invest a lot of time in dating your wife again, so that she sees you as the romantic that she remembers you being. You have to invest into your wife. Yes, every day, every time you see her, you have to throw a little bit of time, a little bit of energy her way to get the return of whatever it is that you're wanting. More kisses, more hugs, more sex. Maybe you want to invest in your kids. Maybe you know that you have been distant with your children for the past couple of years, and it's time that you start stepping up and being the dad. That's going to take time also. You're going to have to decide, how do I want to show up for my kids? And then start showing up for your kids the way that you want to show up for them. Because if you don't, they're not going to just suddenly decide, hey, dad's back, dad's here, he's my best friend now. No, you've got to put in the time, the effort, and sometimes some money. You have to go into counseling or something to find out how you're going to fix the damage that the part of the damage that you dealt. Maybe you have other relatives in your life that you want to strengthen your bond with. It's going to take time and effort for them. Your friends. If you don't have very many friends, you need to invest a lot of time, a lot of effort in building new friends. You want to get those 7 to 10 inner circle friends who become your band of brothers, so that when the fit hits the shan, you have somebody to talk to. You have somebody to turn to, someone who will help you go, hey, you're good. Just here, do this. Take that negative energy, turn it into positive energy, give it back to you. That's what friends do. And sadly, us men do not have enough friends in our life. We have 1, maybe 2 close friends, maybe 1, 2 people that we even call friends. Men, we are dying of loneliness. And that is the biggest problem we have right now. And how do we get rid of that loneliness? You need to work on your mind, body, soul, and community, especially that community. That community is there to lift you up when your time is rough. The other thing you can invest in is actual investments. You can invest your money and you should be able to get some type of return. Now, how big of a return? Well, it depends on how much risk you're willing to take. Well, along with everything else that I've just mentioned before, everything has a risk, because there's a chance that you can invest in your wife and she still wants a divorce afterwards. There's a chance you can invest in your kids and still at the end they want to blame you for their problems. You can invest in your business. You can invest every cent you have, every second that you are breathing into your business, and it still goes under. It happens. That's the reward that you get because you took a chance. You tried, you risked it, and most of the time we're going to succeed, but there are times when we're not going to. And that's a troublesome part that we have to face. So how do we invest? All right. We know what we can invest. We can invest our time. We can invest our money. We know what we can invest in. So how do we invest? And there's a lot of different ways that you can invest. There is, and both of them take time. Some of them take money too, but they all take time. Books. You can work on the man's mind. You can work on your 4 pillars. That takes time. Read books. Read those books. Listen to audiobooks. I mean, they're the same as reading. It's just you can do it while you're driving. Books can help. Books are great. They teach you knowledge. They give you knowledge from those who have been there before you have. Reading is one of the greatest gifts man has to give to other men. So if you want to invest in yourself, start buying books. Buy an Audible subscription. You get a free book, a free audio book every month. If you want more, you can buy the books, but you have to invest. Yeah, another way that you can invest is in classes. You can go to college, upgrade your knowledge level, get certifications of what it is you want to know. You do that, you're going to increase your value. That's the reward for spending time doing the classes. You can also listen to podcasts. Most podcasts are free. The thing about podcasts, you've got a lot of them available. They do take time to listen. You can cut the time down. You can listen to your episodes on a, 1.5 speed or 2x. I mean, if you've got a good enough ear and you can hear stuff at 2x, good on you. I've tried. I have a hard time understanding people. And that's not just, I didn't just listen for 5 minutes and go, I can't do this. I went a whole day listening 2x and didn't catch it. My ears just aren't that fast. But you can take the time to listen to podcasts. You can do that while you're driving. You can double stuff up. You're allowed. You can listen to podcasts while you're driving. You can listen to audiobooks while you're driving. You can also take classes while you're driving. That's one reason why Zig Ziglar called it Automobile University. Another way you can invest is spending money and going to conferences. Conferences specializing in whatever it is you're interested in. This improves your networking, your community. This improves your skills, your mind, which is your mind pillar. Improves your soul pillar. Most of the time you're up walking through the whole time while you're there, so you actually even get a little benefit for your body, but you get your body, mind, and soul all taken care of when you go to conferences. Conferences are big. The last one is the main reason why I wanted to bring this up. Another way you can do some major investment and get some major returns is through coaching. Now, I've still got spaces available in that offer of 5 that I'm making to 5 people for free coaching for 6 months. If you want that, I would get onto it. What a better way of starting a new year than I've got a coach. We're going to go through here. We're going to get better. We're going to start doing stuff instead of talking about it. Stop being all talk. Start being a man of action. What better gift could you give yourself than doing coaching once a week? You, me, together for an hour. But I don't want to have to do homework. You don't necessarily have to do homework. And then the homework is stuff that you're just having to contemplate 99% of the time. I may have you start writing some stuff down from here and there, but most of the time you're not going to have to do homework unless you want to do homework for yourself. And if you're complaining that you may have to do homework, I'm sorry, but this is not a class. You're confusing this with classes, and it's not that. I'm not going to sit there and demand that you write, I am a great man 500 times within a week. No, you may have to write what you're grateful for 3 to 5 items that you're grateful for each day. That's only for the really big pessimists that I come across. Coaching is one of those things that helps you change the way you look at the world. Things that you believe are not possible suddenly become possible. Maybe that's what you're afraid of. I don't want to all of a sudden start changing my world up because gee whiz, man, I like where I'm at. That's good. If you like where you're at, good for you. But why are you complaining about the amount of money you don't have? Why are you complaining about the job that you're doing? If you're complaining about those, then you're probably not in a good alignment. Are you dreading going to work? That's where coaching comes into play. Are you feeling like your wife's relationship, or your relationship with your wife, I'll get it spit out properly here soon enough, is not on point? Maybe you're even thinking, well, maybe this relationship is over. You won't know until you've tried absolutely everything. And sadly, most of us just go, oh, well, it's a little tough. I'm going to give it up now. And they call it, they throw the towel in before they've even started. You can win. You have the winning gene in you. Don't believe what your parents have told you. Don't believe what your cousins have told you. Don't believe what your teacher in second grade told you because she didn't know squat. You have the ability to succeed. You just have to decide how you're going to invest your time, money, and treasure. And right now, I'm not even accepting treasure. I've got the people who come in. Like I said, I've still got spots. Free, 100% off. You join now, you will have 6 months, a $3,000 package for zero. It's going to, it's not zero. It's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you mental shifts. It's going to cost you how you look at the world. It's going to cost you a lot because this is something that you need to have. This is a mental event that will allow you to have all your dreams come true. What if you allowed yourself to dream again? We can help you. Let me help you. Shoot me an email, Brian with a Y at relaxedmail.com, or go to relaxedmail.com/contact and say, I want the free coaching. That's all you have to do is you just have to mention that there's free coaching. And if I've got my 5 people, if I don't have 5 people in yet, congratulations. You'll get an email from me saying, here, sign up. If they are full, I'll say, sorry, dude, we're full. And the next one is you can join, and it's going to cost, I think, like $300. I'd have to look again. Because, after the 5, the price goes up to 95% off, to 90% off, to 80% off, to 60% off, to 40% off, to 60% off, to 20, to 0. And then it's going to double. It's going to go from 3,000 to 6,000. And it's going to last a year. So if you're interested, please reach out. If you're not, maybe you know somebody who could benefit from having some coaching. Maybe you know, hey, my brother would need some coaching. He's trying some stuff. He's just banging his head. He's spinning his wheels. He's not doing anything. He's not living life confidently. He needs the help of a coach. Then send this to him. Tell him about it. Go, dude, sign up today, tomorrow. Do it now. What's your email address? Here, take this. Shoot this guy an email saying, I want the free coaching. Tell him about it. Share this with your friends. Share this with your family. Share this with all those that you know. Let them know there's an idiot out here giving away 6 months of free coaching. That's $3,000 that he's giving away. But I'm not giving it away. I am investing it into you. I'm investing $3,000 for a 6-month coaching package into you. All you have to do is decide you want to take it. If you're interested, you know how to get a hold of me. I'll take a connection anyway. You want to send me an email, a message through Facebook? I'll take it that way. Through Twitter, I'll take it that way. Instagram, however you want to take it. However you want to send me a message. However you feel like you got to reach out to me and say, hey, I want this free coaching. Tell me I want this free coaching in any channel you want. It doesn't have to be through email. So guys, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to say thank you very much for listening. Congratulations on making it all the way through 2023. We've got 2024 coming up, and this is going to be a rocking year. This is going to be the best new year you ever come across. If you're interested and you take up this coaching offer, you're going to have even better new year than those around you. I'm going to wait for your text, for your phone, for your call, for your email, for your however you want to send it. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait to talk to you, man. So guys, with that, thank you very much for listening. This is Brian. I'm going to let you go, and we're going to talk again next week. Until then, bye.